Alright class, so today we're looking at equivalent fractions. So let's jump right into it. So we know that equivalent fractions basically means that the fractions are equal. Alright, so for example, let's use this diagram here. Let's say we have one half. So we have this whole, it is split into two parts. So we know the denominator would be 2, and 1 out of the two parts is shaded. So it is 1 half. What if we have this whole divided into 4 equal parts? So we know the denominator here is 4, and let's say we shaded 2 out of the 4 parts. It is also a half. A half of the shape is shaded. Alright, so this here represents equivalent fractions. Alright, because both of these fractions are the same, just they have different denominators and numerators. So to solve any equivalent fractions, we could use various methods. So we could either multiply or we could divide. So let's look at some examples here. So let's say we have 2/5 is equal to some number over, let's say, 15. Looking at this here now, we realize that we moved from 5 to 15. So we move from a smaller number to a larger number. So to move from 5 to 15, we multiplied by 3. Anytime we are moving from a smaller number to a larger number, we multiply. So 5 multiplied by 3 is 15. And whatever we do in the denominator, we also do it in the numerator. So we also multiply here by 3. So 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. So we know now that 6/15 is the same as 2/5. Alright, both are equal. Alright, they're equivalent. Let's look at the next example here. Let's say we have 1/4 is equal to, let's say, 3 over some number. Again, we moved from 1 to 3. So to move from 1 to 3, we know we move from a smaller number to a larger number. So therefore, we know 1 multiplied by 3 would give us 3. Whatever we did in the numerator, we also do in the denominator. So we also multiply by 3. 4 multiplied by 3 will give us 12. So we know that 1/4 is the same as 3/12. Alright. Next example. So those here now shows the relationship, and to form it by multiplying. When you move from the smaller number to the larger number, we multiplied. So let's look at the reverse here now. Let's say we have 10/16 and 10/16, and we have something over 8. So we know now, looking at this, we want to reduce basically this fraction. So we know now that we move from 16 to 8. And to move from 16 to 8, we divide by 2. 16 divided by 2 will give us 8. And whatever we did in the denominator, we also do in the numerator. So we say 10 divided by 2, which is equal to 5. So we know 5/8 is equivalent to 10/16. Alright, let's look at the next example. Good. So we have 5/15. When this now is reduced, we get 1 over some number. So we know we want to find out what is equivalent to it. So we move from a larger number to a smaller number, so therefore we divide. We divide by 5. 5 divided by 5 will give us 1. Whatever we did in the numerator, we also do in the denominator. So we say 15 divided by 5, which will give us 3. So we know that 1/3 is the same as 5/15. Alright, equivalent fractions, as I said, shows that fractions are equal. They are equivalent. They are equal. Always remember, when we are moving from a smaller number to a larger number, we multiply. And when we are moving from a larger number to a smaller number, we divide. Alright? So just another diagram just to show the example again. Let's draw another one here. Let's see, we have a whole divided into 3 parts, 3 equal parts. And we have, so therefore we know that the denominator is 3. And let's say we have 1 out of the 3 parts shaded. Alright, let's draw the one with 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 equal parts. So we know the denominator is 6. Let's say we shaded 2 out of the 6. This here also represents 1/3, because if we look at it here, this is a third, this is another third, this is another third. So 3/3 give us 1 whole. So this is 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So we shaded 1 out of 3 parts. So we know this here is 3 parts, and we shaded 1 out of the 3 parts. So it is 1/3. Alright, so therefore we know that 1/3 is the same as 2/6. Alright, and that is equivalent fractions. This is the method we use to solve the equivalent fractions. Alright, to move from the smaller to the larger number, multiply. From the larger number to the smaller number, we divide. Alright.